Please note, November 24, 2019 by Anna von Reitz. Whatever law you stand under, you subject yourselves unto. Repeat, whatever law you stand under, you subject yourselves unto. Repeat, whatever law you stand under, you subject yourselves unto. How many times do I have to repeat this simple fact? If you occupy your proper birthright political status, you can act in one of two possible capacities: 1, state national, 2, state citizen. A state citizen takes up the responsibilities of self-governance at the state and local level. He or she agrees to serve as a juror and may or may not be elected to various offices serving the actual state or county government. Our states and counties are all unincorporated. Our states and counties do not recognize dual citizenship and do not allow dual citizens to participate in state assemblies. Our forefathers considered dual citizenship a source of conflict of interest according to the biblical injunction, "No man can serve two masters." I know many patriots who spend huge amounts of time arguing about federal codes. This only makes sense if you are a British territorial federal employee, that is, a United States citizen. If you are a British territorial United States citizen, you stand under federal code. Otherwise, the only possible reason to study or know federal code is to hold British territorial United States citizens accountable to their own law. But you don't do that by arguing with them about their duties in court. If you are standing in their court, arguing their law, what is the judge supposed to think? Answer: they are going to think you are standing under that law, too, which means you are subjecting yourself as a federal citizen. Why on earth would any American do that? If you are an American, and you are owed your constitutional guarantees, say so. Correct your political status. Place your declarations and reconveyances in the public record. And the only purpose you ever have in learning or reciting any federal code is to spell back to them what their obligations are. So what do you have to do when you tell them their law so as to hold them to it? You owe them full disclosure of the facts. And what are the facts? 1. You are not a federal employee or dependent. 2. You do not stand under the federal code. 3. You are telling them their own obligations under their own law, not offering to stand under federal code. 4. You are not a member of a political party or any religious cult and are addressing them as one of the people of blank. Your state, not any state of state. The municipal government is mischaracterizing you as the members of a federal religious cult under voluntary contract to donate everything you are and own to them, including income taxes every April 15. Such a citizen of the United States is a slave by definition. The territorial government is mischaracterizing you as a British territorial United States citizen, federal employee or dependent, a member of a political party, voter, resident, a foreigner in your own country. None of these courts deal in any kind of law that generally applies to you. These foreign courts are designed to deal in international and global contract law and proceed on the basis of legal presumptions to the effect that 1. You are a corporation, or 2. You are a franchise of a corporation, or 3. You are an officer, either elected or appointed, of a corporation, and 4. You are a party to a contract involving subject matter within the jurisdiction of their court. You must clearly state the capacity in which you are acting, and in which you are not acting, and when you walk into one of their courts, it's best to have evidence on the public record supporting your claim to be an American having the standing to act as an American already established. Otherwise, it looks like you are just evading and dodging consequences of foreign citizenship obligations. This is not rocket science. It's just common sense once you step back and look at it. They are they and we are we, and never the twain shall meet. You cannot stand on the dry land and at the same time, be adrift on the sea. So, think about it. Think about what you are doing, who you are, and how you are presenting yourself. When they have controversies, they take refuge in their courts. When we have controversies, we give them notice in the court and in the administrative and in the legislative and executive forums. As Americans, we do not generally recognize their legislatures at the state level, nor do we recognize their congresses. Why? Because we are on the land and they are on the sea. So we don't address their congresses and legislatures the same way that their own persons do. We can issue notice of infringement, violation of contract, breach of trust, or any number of other offenses. We can issue declarations of protest and we can issue declarations of remonstrance, both, but writs do not generally appear in their courts or legislatures at all. Most of those who contact me are in trouble of some kind. While I sympathize, the help that I can offer is limited to sharing information that numerous people can take advantage of. I have too much work to do to provide counsel to individuals, and the members of the living law firm are equally overwhelmed. Likewise, unless you have something that you really feel is of importance on a broader scale, please don't write and send me details of individual cases. There is no way that we can help at the individual level. What we aim to do is force systemic change affecting everyone for the better, end the foreclosure frauds, all of them, recoup the assets and credit owed to Americans, all of it, for everyone. Or as my friend said, we are after the arsonists. We can't stop to fight brush fires. Not only that, we are after the arsonists on an international level, so, that is yet another step beyond the normal fight. The United States of America unincorporated is your federation of sovereign and unincorporated states, the lawful government of this country, and the only entity that can step up and as a lawful person, reclaim the land, the gold, the silver, and all else that is owed to the American states and people. Please help in any and all ways that you can. With prayers, with love, with forbearance for all the things we can't do with a wave of our hands, with faith and with generosity, with determination, and with time, with volunteer work, with efforts to educate others and spread the word, with might and with main, with pennies and with dollars, with ideas and with hours. This is our country and our government of the people, for the people, and by the people. There is no other state citizens properly declared and returned and able to act as people, having the standing to claim and demand the return of all American assets, able to enforce the constitutions, and able to stand before the nations of the world with sovereignty equal to any. Please, look around you, think of what you can contribute, what you can do, to help yourself and others. There are times when I get thousands of emails in a single day, hundreds of cards and letters, packages, court filings, copies of records, books, publications from decades and centuries past. It's often a madhouse trying to sort through it all, and though I try to read everything and respond as I can, the response time is slow due to the sheer volume of mail and the workload. My advice to everyone is, don't wait. Don't think that you can ride the fence. Almost every day I get communications from people who are desperately trying to resolve problems that arose because they didn't take action to reclaim their correct political status sooner. As a result, they are being prosecuted as federal citizens, and have to fight from inside the box, a much tougher proposition than would be possible if they had acted to reclaim their correct political status earlier. Are you an American? Or a federal employee or dependent? It's really a pretty easy question to answer, once you understand that federal retirees, both military and civil service, are not federal dependents just because they get health care or pensions. Neither are people receiving Social Security. If you are getting payments or services that you worked for, contributed to, and earned, you are not a federal dependent or welfare recipient. You are an American retiree receiving earned program dividends, not welfare benefits, and you are free to live where you like and adopt the law and the political status you are owed. Links to this article and more can be found in the video description box.